All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. So today we're going to be looking at my Samsung setup. Now, obviously, you know I have several Samsung devices. I love my limited colors that I picked up in the past year and a half or so. This is my blue and this is my burgundy. Now, the case options are a little different. I think the Fold edition here with this S Pen is a really good setup. And I think if you're looking for something that's uniform, you got your buds, you got your watch, you got your tablet, you got your Fold, you got your phones, whatever. You got a complete setup here. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I don't like the buds too much, so I tend to lean more towards my Sony. Ooh, I love these right here. So I got plenty of videos on those, check those out. And I also lean towards the sound piece. And I do have some new sound piece in, I'll be showing you in another video, and that's the Life version. So stay tuned for that. But this is a combination that I rock when I rock with Samsung, and I wear both watches. So here's my iPhone setup right here, my 14 Pro Max and my Apple Watch, and then this goes on my right arm when I carry this phone in my pocket as well. So the Samsung device setup is really nice. The Fold, to me, is the gold standard of Samsung devices right now. Now, I told you I love the S22 Ultra. I love everything that Samsung's doing with it, but the S23 Ultra is probably going to be the same. So this is Samsung's latest offering, and it's looking pretty good. So having been using this for a little bit of time, I wanted to give you another follow-up video on it and then address more along the lines of the S Pen, because I get a lot of questions on that. Some people ask, can you use the S Pen on the front display? And the answer is no, you cannot. But there's other pens that you can get that don't technically attach to the device that actually work on the front display. So you just have to do your research. They're like a couple dollars on Amazon. Now, when it comes to using a case for the Z Fold 4, I have all the cases. And of all of them, I really like the leather case, the feel of the leather case the most. I don't like this one for all the fingerprints, but it's the most functional. So Samsung decided to do something different and bring us a way to attach the S Pen to the device without making it too much of a hassle. So this is it. You have two attachments that come in the box, and this is the case that you can buy, or this came if you pre-ordered. Now, you know I did pre-order the burgundy, so I waited a long time to get it, but they still gave me my free case with it. And then I got all the other cases as well. So the cases don't come free, by the way. I think someone asked that before. If you have some credits, you can get them when they do those pre-orders. But this was one that they just actually gave it to you when you bought this device, because they wanted to push the S Pen. And so there's two attachments that comes in the box. You have one that looks like this, where you can attach your S Pen, and the other one is attached, and it's a kickstand on it. So, and it's completely flush. But I think if you have a person that's got a device like this with full functionality, this is kind of a must, man. I mean, this case is what it's all about. So the S Pen stays in nice and snug. You see you got your Fold edition branding on there. It's really nice. And then you got Samsung on the other side. You got the tip and everything on there. It's really nice. So open it up here. You cannot use the S Pen on the outer display. I'm gonna say it one more time, because there's gonna be people that continue to ask this throughout the video, and I think I mentioned it a lot. So you can't use the S Pen on the outer display, the front screen, but it's made for the inner display because, you know, hey, it's a big display. So right now you wouldn't even know that I was able to touch this, or it will work with this device on the inner screen, because there's nothing showing. So, but when I touch it, look in this area over here, you'll see the options light up. You can see real faint right there, they light up. And then when you go into it, you get all your options. And I'm gonna say it again, if you don't know my favorite option of all of these, you should by now. It is Screen Write. I think Screen Write is the most functional for me for what I do. And then my second, if you don't know my second, it is Smart Select. So what I'll do is I'll either select something right on that part of the screen, or I'll do a Screen Write and then write all over whatever I'm doing. Now, I'm not saying the other things aren't functional. I'm just saying this is what is a really good use case scenario for me. You know what I mean? So before I get into the S Pen, I'm holding this right here, and this is why I think this case is like really functional. So you might say, okay, it's bulky and it won't work with wireless charging. Well, it does work with wireless charging, even with the S Pen in or out. Samsung thought of everything. So I tested this in another video. It works with wireless charging. On all these cases, work for wireless charging. If I can get a position right. There you go. You just literally put it all the way on and it works while it's charging. So that's something that people can't argue. Now, the S Pen itself, this portion right here, when you have it open, this is a great place to give you some grip from holding it so you won't drop it. Because this case, while I think it's the most functional and I really like it the most of all the cases, it is definitely a slippery case. It's a soft touch matte feel. And so the way I'm holding it is like this. You see, that gives me a bunch of grip right there to hold it. And if you have little hands, that's even better. It's like having a little place back there to hold. So now I do have the other silicone case with the strap on the back. It's okay, but there's nowhere to hold the S Pen when I'm not using it. So just bear that in mind. That's a couple of reasons why I think this case is really functional, and it really adds to the potential of the Z Fold 4. So you tap on the screen, and that means that the S Pen is working now. So you can scan, and you could do all these different things. You can go anywhere you want on this screen here. You can even now swipe down like this. Before, with some of the other S Pens I use, it just wouldn't work for me, but now it's good. So I thought that was very important. So you do still have this side menu right here. I don't think anybody uses this for the fold, that is. I mean, it's functional. You know what I mean? It's a good thing. But the S Pen, when you got the S Pen functionality right here, I don't know why I would get into those applications when I can just use everything here. You know what I mean? So I could get in and navigate better with the pen instead of swiping. I'm trying to make a point. It might not be coming across too well, but the side menu, I leave it on, but the fold, I don't think the fold really needs that side menu. That's what I'm trying to say, I guess. On a phone, okay, yeah, you might want to be able to use it that way. But the fold, I don't think it needs a side menu. This is my personal opinion. Now, I told you my two favorites in here, but you can go into settings and you can change and do what you want to do. You can actually turn it off, as you can see. You can see I have S Pen turned on. You can have this set up how you want. And so you can add things, take things away. You can do whatever you want to do. You can do the standard menu, or you can do the compact menu. And see, again, this is why I say I don't think the fold needs that side menu, because there's so much going on with the fold and the S Pen. You really just don't need it. Now you go down to shortcuts. This is where you can get in here and change whatever you want, man. You can do whatever you want to do. Now the Write on calendar is a real important one too. Down here at the bottom, I really like the write on calendar. I just like the ones that you can write on stuff. Translate, they put the ones up here that are actually pretty functional, and then they leave the ones off they think might not be, you know what I'm saying, your first option. But that's why you have your apps. You could put anything in here, man. You could do whatever you want to do in here. All these apps, everything on your device, it's all you. Well, I'll show you what it looks like when you add a device. You just tap and it goes down there. That's it. And you take it away, and you can actually add an app. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to you to determine how you want yours to look, but you just choose how you want to set it up. You can put all apps in there in just one command. You can do whatever you want to do, and it's just going to be to your liking. That's what you need, is personalizing phones today. You could do what you want to do. There's no wrong way to do it. You ever seen some of these people's home screens? They look amazing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm pretty boring with my screen. I just have a default wallpaper sometimes, or I'll have like a picture of my granddaughter or a wife or somebody on there, but I just try to keep it neutral because it's just a phone. And yeah, I just like to have a nice, simple, clean look. When I'm doing videos, I try to keep as much personal stuff out of view too. So you can stay focused on the device itself, because people tend to ask questions, well, who is that, and blah blah blah, and I want you to stay focused. But open air commands from the pen, blah blah blah. You can really set this up really nice. You could do whatever you want to do on this, folks. So I think navigating with the S Pen is just so clean and so nice. You don't have to touch your screen. If you notice in videos, I'm always cleaning my screen, and once you clean the screen once, and then, you know what I'm saying, you wipe it down and you get your S Pen out, you really don't have to touch the screen again. Even if you're text messaging or doing something, you could touch and do it with the pen if you just really don't want to do it. I remember when the Note first dropped, people just were not using their finger. They were just using the pen so much, and they got so used to it. And I think that's that's just the way it goes. So browsing the web on here is really nice. I feel like this is just such a nice, beautiful. Now they made the Fold 4 shorter and wider. It's a minimal look, but it is nice. So I'll leave links down below, because right now they're having a special, as you can see, free memory upgrade again. They also increased the trade-ins to $1,000. So, and they got these 3 colors here. These are the default colors. My second choice was the beige. That was actually my first choice. And then when I saw it was a limited color, I jumped on the limited color. It didn't really matter what the limited color was. I just wanted the limited color because I decided I'm going to start ordering the limited colors on these devices when they drop on launch. So the beige is actually that / gold. That's a boss up color. But then when I saw that, I was like, that's all me. That's all me. So they are offering a free memory upgrade right now on this device with enhanced trade-ins and things like that. So I'm just going to go through here. I'm going to just select buy, and I'm going to go ahead and select the gold. You can see the dates here for when they're available, estimated. You know what I'm saying? So the burgundy one, I waited 2 months to get this phone. I pre-ordered at launch and I waited 2 months to get it. So set your sights on, even though that says November 1st, we're at the beginning of October for the recording of this video. It's like October 7th. So, you know, set your sights on 2 months, because they told me, they gave me a date immediately, and then it pushed back, way back. So this enhanced trade-in is going to be on Samsung products. So you'll see you get $1,000 for the Ultra and $1,000 for the Fold. You're even getting $950 for the Note 20 5G Ultra, $900 for the Fold 2. They're giving some really good trade-in values here. They're giving some really good trade-in values. As you can see, they bumped the Z Flip 3 down a little bit because it's if you go over to the Flip 4, you'll see the enhanced trade-ins for that. But basically, they're giving more money right now. So I'm just going to choose the Ultra, and this is how it works. You know, you just agree to everything, and then you get your stuff. And now they're giving 25% off the Tab S8 Ultra. That was good. I could have gotten that free with my thing. I messed that up. I told you that story before. But nonetheless, they're giving you enhanced trade-ins, and so you just prepare yourself. If you want to ball out like me and get the burgundy one, prepare yourself for a long 2-month wait. Don't think of it as a month like they're saying, or 3 weeks, because they're saying, well, it might be better now. It might be better now because they're getting the orders out. People are starting to get their orders or whatever. But you know, nonetheless, prepare yourself for 2 months. I'm pretty patient. I waited 2 months, and it's up to you to determine what you want to do. So they have an enhanced trade-ins right now because there's some people that still haven't gotten this device yet, and that's just what it is. So multitasking is something that this device is this is just a no-brainer. If you're getting this device, you're probably going to open it up a lot. So I do a lot of social media, obviously, so I'm always having some social media open. So you can literally just surf the web like this, man. You can do it. Hold on, let's get out of here. You can surf the web like that. So to get your dock back, you just slightly tap up at the bottom down there, and you can add more apps. So let's go over here and add Twitter. Add it to this side over here. And then I got my web browser up top. I can even put a YouTube video up there. Let me go. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna swipe up. You just a little tap up at the bottom. Kind of difficult at times, but what I'll do, I'll go ahead and bring this one away, and then I go in, because you can float an app too. And I'm gonna go to YouTube. I'm gonna float this one up here. Yeah. So there we go. Oh, that's my other profile. All right, so now I've got YouTube down here. Somebody's doing a video on the Slim. I got YouTube down here. I've got Twitter up here. Shout out to Meiji, Tech Valor. And I got Instagram over here. There's so much that's different about doing multitasking on this device than there is on the Surface Duo. Now the Surface Duo looks completely different when doing it, because it's 2 ginormous screens. So I can just hit that like that, and then boom, they come up, and then there it is. I can even float 3 on here. I can float 3 on here too. You can have three apps on here as well. But multitasking, and that does have pen support as well. But multitasking is going to be what you make it out to be. And you can swipe those away like that, and then you can go back into all 3 of them. I think that's boss. That's just a boss up way to multitask. So the S Pen has so much functionality, and I like it. I like being able to control my device without touching it. I love it. It's just a matter of your personal preference. If you want to buy the S Pen, like if you are a person who didn't get the S Pen on pre-order free with this case or whatever, and you have to buy it, I think the case is like $90 and the pen is $50 or something like that, or $80 or something like that. Just get this case combo. It's a win. The phone has been performing very well. Battery life has been great. I genuinely like it. I keep this right here. I like this right here, this storage and memory thing. I just like it like this. So my battery life has been really good. I use this phone a lot, man. It's one of my daily drivers. It snaps back to Wi-Fi sometimes. But as you see, I'm averaging about 2 days, a little over 2 days on every single charge. And it's not that I'm not using it either. It's just the way I'm using it, I'm able to get two days on it. 2 days. And sometimes I've gotten 3. I took some screenshots, and my screen on time is always between 6 hours and 7 hours, with about 2 days of screen on time. I credit that simply to the processing power inside of this thing. That's what I credit it to, because they didn't increase the battery size. And they just gave it the new internals. And it's turned out to be just one of the best folds. And it should be like this, even though it's a small upgrade or whatever. It should be that every time, if I want to switch and go to the next version of a fold, that it's better. This is what we should want. We should want to have some incremental upgrades, but we also should want those big bang 'em up upgrades. So I was talking to E and Barry and all those guys, and I was talking to him about, I think Eric has said it too last night in his stream. The fold needs to change next time. All right, we need something different. This is beautiful and everything, but it's time for them to do something different now. Okay, they made it a little shorter. They made it a little wider, a little bit wider on the front screen. You got these nice limited colors or whatever, but it's time for something new. We need to do something different. It's time, because this is the 4th generation of this device, and it's still pretty much the same. There's incremental updates all the way up to this point. There was one major change, I would say, and that was from the 2 to the 3, and now we're on the 3 to the 4. It's going to be a little bit different. You've got a nice bigger camera module, and you've got way better cameras, by the way, but we still have this garbage camera on the front inner display right here, and I'm just going to flick it up like this so you can see it doesn't seem too bad. But if you try to use this is not a good look, son. It's not going to come across any way you want. But I do like the widescreen joint. Yeah, I like it. But this rear camera, though, has proven itself to be great. And I like all the different things you can do with the camera like this. You literally have every option when you're using this phone like this. You take a photo, it goes over in the preview. Right there, and it tells you what to do. Just like that. So I think Samsung has done a great job for what they're offering on this device, and I'm just giving it to you straight. That's how I do it. I don't have a lot of B-roll for you. I don't have a lot of B-roll and fancy animations for you, but I do have a simple thing that this combination right here is really nice. Now, if Samsung could have balled out and gave us a burgundy version of this, that would have been boss mode. That would have been beast mode right there. But we didn't get a burgundy model, so it is what it is. I mean, I like this. Obviously, it's nice, but we didn't get a burgundy model, so we got what we got. So, nonetheless, though, true multitasking and functionality for me is, and we didn't even talk about editing. You know what I'm saying? We didn't talk about editing. When you get into editing with the S Pen, first of all, I think everybody should, if you have any Android device, my recommendation for editing software is going to be Power Director Pro, not the Pro version. Let me see if I can create a new project. And this is what I like about this. You can do all this, your portrait style video. It gives you everything right up front. So it's going to do, you can even do 21 by 9. You can do a regular one like this. So editing on here with the S Pen is just top notch. So let's just add, let's see here. Let's add just a little clip right here. And editing on here, and you see how it's pushing this file. That's a big 4K file, 4K 60 as a matter of fact. And granted, it's only 14 seconds, but when it's a 15-minute video or something like that, yeah, I do get, it takes a little bit of time. Let's just add something here. And then I'm gonna put a layer on it. I'm just gonna show you real briefly before I get out of here. Because some things don't get enough attention, and I think people are not really using the stuff like they possibly could. So let's see, let's add this joint right here. All right. Now I'm just gonna do a quick edit. So do transition. I can do this right here. So now, when it gets to that transition right there, boom, there you go. And then I can go over here and put a different transition right here. You can see how this looks. I'm gonna go with just a regular. I'm gonna go with something crazy, like go with something like this here. Right. So editing on here is beast mode. And then let's do a layer. Let's do a layer. Let's go here. And this just means that I'm going to put something on top. So we'll go to a photo. That photo that I took earlier. And we'll drop it right here. Right. Now, you'll see the photo is right there. So now I could take this photo, shrink it, put it up big, put it up small, put it up here, tilt it. I could do the editing on, and if you're doing this with your finger, you can still do it. It's just not as comfortable. I could really get down and just put this, boom, that's right there. So now, there it is. And then let's add another layer. Let's add some text. Let's see here. Let's go text. Let's add, I'm gonna put it right here. Let's add this one. So now you see how this is. I can shrink this like this. And you get in. And doing this with your finger is just different. Doing it with your finger is just, it's so different. It's just what it is. And I go down to this little area. I had a lot of problems trying to get that little text with my finger. And see how I'm using the pen to do this? I'm just putting stuff in here. And then when you go back and do the playback, all right. So then you see how it's going to cut off right here. The picture's gone. I can go and go like this, shrink it down, just like that. So that's just an example, man, of what you can do. The functionality of having the S Pen and just having the fold itself like this is beast mode, man. This is like one of the best combinations. This is why I say this is Samsung's gold standard. Now I know some of y'all are gonna come back and say, well, Jay, you know, this phone has a big screen too. You're right. But it doesn't fold in half and go into a regular phone mode when you're looking at like the size of them. This is way more comfortable to hold in the hand for making a phone call. And then it also, it can't open up like this. It just can't do it. Period. This is a huge difference right here. See it for what it is. This is the gold standard for me, in my humble and personal opinion. This is the best phone Samsung is offering right now. Device, phone, whatever. This is it. It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed an extended look at the Z Fold 4 after using it for a little bit of time. This is it, folks. I'm loving it. And yes, this is one of my daily drivers. People always ask that, what's your daily driver? Well, right now, it is the Pixel and the iPhone 14 Pro Max, and then this. It's your man Jay. I'll see you in the next one. Leave those comments down below. Let's get it.